So yeah, fuck the Lions. Lions lost and shit. The fucking Tampa Bay. I'm not freezing up on you, am I?
Like a
All right,
little
I'm
bit
gonna
right
go.
there.
All right, I'm gonna go over here by the lake and shit. Yeah, I'm working out here on this lake
Not
and shit.
free. Yeah, it's just a little laggy. It's not bad.
All right, maybe if I go out here on this deck, I'll let island and shit on this lake. Some fucking condo. Shit, let's talk some football and shit.
No, yeah.
Really play.
Yeah, I'm
Shit.
excited about
Don't they
tonight's
call the
game. What's that?
Atlanta doing this?
Uh, I think they lost last week, but people were saying that was like a fluke game or something. I forget who they played last week. I look that shit up on my computer. What's good? You glitching out a little bit. Yeah. What's
See
good,
me?
Gil? Yeah, a little bit. I can hear you now. It's just like hmm, I, I think he's actually an Eagles fan. He told me he likes the Eagles. No, he's from Iowa. Like he's just a fan.
Mm.
He lived out here
They don't
before.
got a football.
No, I ain't got.
Iowa's big in college and shit. They got that. They're in the Big Ten, but they never really do shit. You know, Michigan and Michigan State and Ohio State always be spanking them and shit.
Yeah, you.
Just like
Where you at right
Dallas
now is
got
good. Yo,
spanked.
where you at right now looks good.
I'm a little bit early, so I figured we could go live talk some shit.
Hell yeah.
But what's good? So would you watch it? You ain't watch any of the games yesterday? Used to be an Eagles fan. He said he used to be. What's it used to be? He said he used to be an Eagles fan. I said, what's a used to be fan? Who you a fan of now? Where's Iowa? What? That's kind of you Midwest. So what do you?
He's like
That's by
west of you.
Ohio more.
No,
Mm.
that's near like
Illinois. You're a
like
Chicago Bears fan because the Bears fucking suck this year. Well, they're 1-1 like us, so I can't really talk shit. But
it's still
Houston
early
got
though.
them.
People don't get that. None of the, I don't know why this year, but none of the starters played in the preseason really. Like it was like one of the first years I didn't see any starters in the preseason.
That's one thing I like too is they took one of the games out of the preseason and added another regular season game. They should have been done that because preseason is just to see the who they got and shit, rookies and shit.
Hmm.
Most of them kneel during the national anthem. Oh, yeah, I got
No,
family in the military, but that shit didn't affect me in no way.
yeah, I didn't
I
care.
didn't really care. Yeah.
I I told you I looked at it this way. Somebody explained it. He said that when the soldier dies, you take a knee, and it was like a soldier explaining it. So I don't know. I didn't look at it as a big deal. When I went to the Sixers game, I did it. I kneeled at the Sixers game during the national
Oh, you
anthem.
did?
Yeah, and
Oh,
people
shit.
got pissed off at me. Yeah, I didn't care. That's when I had season tickets and shit. That's when all that shit was going on.
I don't stand. I never really stood during the national anthem. I know everybody tries to and shit. Everybody's you're supposed to like you're supposed to stand and shit. I see people put their hands on their hearts and take their hats off and all that, but the way the world's going now, I don't know.
But it changed during 9/11. You remember, like before that, like nobody stood, nobody cared, like it wasn't a big deal. After 9/11, like I don't know if you remember that shit, like everybody stood, and it was like
I was
such a
locked up,
big
so I
deal.
don't know. I ain't go to no games for the first two early 2000s because I was in prison from '99 till 2005. I didn't go to any games, but it's all good.
But yeah, people got crazy into that shit. But
Yeah, I watched
I don't know.
9/11 happen for myself live. I watched the
That's
second plane hit.
that's wild. I cut
I thought
school.
we was under attack. I was like,
Yeah,
damn, our country's under attack. This World War III is going down. We got to bust up out of this bitch. Like, I ain't finna die in prison and shit. Got me
that's
fucked
great.
up. We told the
Yeah, that
COs
sucked.
that too. The officers at the prison was like, we don't blame y'all. Because we was all standing in a day room. Because, the officers, that was before You could watch YouTube and all that shit. This 2001. So fucking the officers went in the day room with the inmates to watch the shit live on the news while it was happening and on the
Hmm.
TV in the unit. If fucking we told the COs like we're out this bitch. The CO said the same shit if it was going down. And then when the Pentagon got here, we were like, damn, we really are. And then that one that crashed in Pennsylvania, we're like, we're about to
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah, yeah.
War on this shit.
I didn't go to school, and this girl called me, and she's like, and I kept hearing voicemails like while I'm sleeping because I slept in late. It's like, John, there's war going on in New York. I'm like, these dumb motherfuckers. I'm not coming to school.
Yeah.
And like they
Yeah,
kept calling
I
me.
heard everything shut down. Like everybody, it was like the world just shut down in America when
Yeah,
that shit happened. I heard everybody left their jobs. Everybody just got up and left and shit. I heard because I
yeah. My
called
dad
home.
got off, and I
Yeah, I
remember we
called
went
home.
to.
My mom was crying. I'm like, why is everybody crying? What the fuck happened? Like, what's really going on and shit? That shit was crazy.
I couldn't imagine being locked up watching that shit though. That must have been crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. But we was gonna get out for sure. I mean, we had the COs outnumbered. So I mean, I think every prison was feeling like us in America, where we ain't gonna die in this bitch if it's World War III, and they ain't got
Hell
enough
yeah.
guards. We're outnumbered. So yeah, he said his grandfather was a retired Green Beret with no legs. He used to beg people to help him stand. Yeah, my grandfather,
Oh
he
shit.
passed. He was 90 years old, but he lived fucking 70 years of his life with shrapnel on his legs and shit. He got two Purple Hearts in World War II. He
Mm.
stormed Normandy and he got one of those mortars blew up everybody, all the people that was in his little platoon or whatever they call it. But he got shrapnel on his legs and shit. But he ended up going back to war after that. Then he got shot with shrapnel on his legs and got another Purple Heart for that. Didn't you
God
say
bless him.
your grandfather fought
My
on the
great
other side with Italy?
So like two. Listen to this. It's crazy. So my grandmom, my nonna mom, her father came to America during World War I, and he was like an immigrant. And they said the only way you can come in, you have to join. It was during World War I, and they're like you have to go to Germany like right now. So he's like, fuck it. So he did that. He went over there. As soon as he went over there, like the first week, he got shot in the leg. He got shrapnel in him. So then he got the Purple Heart. He
Yeah,
became a U.S. citizen that way, and then he went back to Italy with my grandma. But then he came back to America, had like another family and shit. But
yeah,
during World War II, my grandfather, the not A, not B, but yeah, they were going after him, and then America American citizen because he had the Purple Heart. So if he never came, my grandpa would have never. I wouldn't be here right now, basically.
you would be a Philly. You'd be somewhere in fucking another country.
I'd be in Italy. Yeah, I'd be in Italy.
Huh?
It'd be crazy.
Italy's nice. That's what my homie Video Matt he was doing. Got so hot for him in L.A. because he blew up off these videos exposing the mayor in Los Angeles because this lady, the
Yeah.
mayor, she promised all these people, homeless people out there, she was gonna put them in hotels, all this shit, but they're all camping on the side of the streets and shit. So he was exposing that shit, but they took it as he was talking shit to the homeless people. But he was giving them joints and shit. He had his own delivery weed business and shit. So he used to do that. And he would roll up on the homeless people and talk to them and shit. And he'd give them weed and shit just for free on the love. But people were taking it as he was making fun of them, but he wasn't. He was like trying to get their stories out there. Some people took it that way. But he had like Antifa putting up flyers about him with his address.
Uh,
He had videos of people coming to his house, banging on his door in the middle of the night and shit, fucking talking shit. They was putting flyers all over LA about the Video Matt. So he and his wife was from Sicily, and she got scared and shit. So they went to her people's house in Sicily. He's been there now for almost a year and shit. So it's nice out there though. When he be going live out there and shit, it looks nice. Be
it's
sitting out
beautiful
there.
out there.
Yeah, though. I'm definitely want to go there. I don't know. Parquet's saying felons can't go to Italy, but I don't know. Italy seems like one of them countries they would let you come over there.
Hey, I
Some
could
of
get it. I had my dad was working on my citizenship because he was born in Italy. He came here when he was like 5 or 6, like 1955 or 1956, and because of that, he was trying to get me my citizenship, but he passed away before. But the paperwork started. I got to go to the embassy in Philadelphia, and then I could probably get my citizenship papers. And if you're a first generation like me, They have programs that will pay you to move back to Italy. I try to tell my girl like I moved there. You know what I mean?
Hell
It'd be
yeah.
nice.
Take that shit. Fuck out of here. Cause World War III, Black Line, if that pops off, I don't know if they're gonna have any foot soldiers. It's gonna be all fucking bombs dropping and shit. That's what's gonna happen. People
Yeah,
gonna
you
be
won't
getting
even know.
incinerated. Yeah. Next thing you know, there's a mushroom cloud over your fucking city, and you don't think they're gonna hit the major cities first and shit.
Oh,
That's why I feel like
Philly's right. Philly's on that shit. You know that.
yeah, I'm sure Philly, New York, Detroit, LA, Chicago, them are all like targets and shit. Fucking, especially like North, Midwest, East Coast, West Coast. Down south, not as much, but maybe Atlanta, Houston, spots like that they might hit. But Houston for sure, probably because they got NASA and all that shit there, so they
See,
might try to cut them down. Yeah, right. Yeah, you getting covered by that shit. I mean, they say people in Japan are still feeling the effects from that shit, from the radiation and all that shit. Shit, they'll probably be safe where I'm at though. Look, I'm out here. There's an island out here, fucking lake and shit. Fucking,
hell
it's nice
yeah.
as fuck over here, Oakland County, baby, like third richest county in the world. Bunch of rich fuckers. This where that rat face motherfucker's from. Try to say he's a gatekeeper of fucking
Wait,
like I would
Wait, he
agree.
lives there.
Yeah, he's out not at this house, but he's in this
But
area. Yeah.
that's crazy.
He went to like the top school. Look, he went to the top school, graduated. He's like 60 years old, and he graduated in that I think it was the 80s or something from Auburn Hills High School, which is like one of the best schools you can go to in Michigan. And he graduated, was going to college, all this shit. Like I don't know if he was trying to prove himself or what, but he robbed a 7-Eleven for like $20 and like a 40 ounce or some shit. And since it was Oakland County,
Stupid.
like Detroit, he might not even went to prison for that. But since it was in Oakland County out here, they gave him like 10,
Yeah.
15 years. And that's how Monty met him. And Monty didn't know how he was laying at first. He knew him from prison. And then when he got out, he kind of like tried to take Monty's whole style and try to act like he was from Detroit. He learned the whole hood shit being in prison for that long.
No, he's not in Iowa. And what new cell phone from China?
No, I'm not in Iowa. I'm from Detroit, but I'm in Oakland County, Michigan right now on a job. I don't know. What's the new cell phone from China? Ain't they
Yeah,
all
that's what
from
I want to
China?
know. Yeah.
Pretty much everything I look at is made in China. That's why I don't think we'll ever go to war with them because we make too much money from them. They make too much money from us.
Well,
Like we don't.
you see what they doing lately? Like a lot of shit I've been watching is being made in Vietnam, India. Like they're moving shit out of China
Yeah.
slowly. I've been paying attention. And like
Well,
a
yeah.
lot of your clothes, it
Thailand.
doesn't say China no
Yeah.
more.
Thailand. Shit, we got pipe. Just the pipe that we run, because I'm a plumber and shit. We run like the gas pipe, the iron pipe. That shit's made in Vietnam or Thailand
See,
and shit. It says it
exactly.
right on the pipe. Yeah. Our Mexico, even Mexico, we're getting pipe and shit from and material from. So yeah, I think we always look for American made shit because it seems like even the American it costs a little more, but the shit's better, dog, quality and
It
shit. You know
is.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah,
what
'cause
is
you
that?
know what
Okay,
you're getting. It's not junk metal they're putting into the shit to like save costs. You know what I mean?
bro. Yeah. I mean, like Jordan. Look at Jordan. He got a sweatshop in China making his shoes, the Jordans, but people still
Yeah.
buy them bitches for all that money and shit. Like that's crazy. I seen Eminem had a pair that he gave Bazaar, and
Yeah. I heard
Fat
that.
Joe bought them and shit. I was like, Fat Joe's buying Bazaar's hand-me-downs and shit.
You didn't see? He had an interview and he was talking about it. He said that he put a pair up for sale. And he's like, so if anybody writes me that they know that because I guess he was trying to say Bazaar, but he didn't say his name. He's like a friend of mine that I gifted the shoes to, put them up for sale. I don't care. He's like, they're a gift to you. You can do whatever the fuck you want with them. He didn't care,
Right.
you know. But people were telling on. They were like snitching on Bazaar to him. And I'm like, yo, he's selling your shoes. You
He
gave
said
him
it
this
on that
shit.
track.
Yeah,
Bizarre said it on the song. I'm gonna sell Eminem's Air Jordans or some shit, and he did it for real.
that's
Hey, just
crazy.
for the people that look, this is the jobs that people's worried about them taking. I've been hearing this shit since I was a kid. Look, these guys is over here cutting grass. Who the fuck? I mean, are you gonna come out here and do it? These motherfuckers are straight from Mexico, don't speak no English, but they're cool as fuck. I be talking to these motherfuckers what I can understand, but I
I
get
did that
along with
shit
all these
before.
dudes.
I used
Yeah,
to
I've
do
done
that
it
shit.
before.
That's what he does. That's what Gil does. Black Lion. That's what he does. He cuts
Well,
grass.
those jobs will never run out. You know what I'm saying? Them type of jobs, they can't get robots to do shit like that. That's why, like, hands-on shit is the way to go. Construction, fuck that school shit. The school ain't teaching you shit. College, all that shit. That shit, I don't believe in that shit. You should get out here and work and shit. Because I mean, those jobs are gonna be gone. AI, computers, all that shit.
Hell yeah.
They're gonna try to take away human jobs as much as they can. So they need people. These youngins don't like to get their hands dirty and shit, bust a sweat. You know what I'm saying? Work
Hell
hard.
no.
But that's what this country was built on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get it. But a lot of these people too on the job, they are Trump supporters. Like it's funny, you go in the outhouse, you know, they pissing shit at and fucking.
Yeah, that's true. You're breaking up a little bit.
This
Where you
motherfucker.
standing at for a second was perfect. Like that. I don't know. Where?
Yeah, I'm like in the middle of this deck and shit. Here, I walk back
Yeah,
out
that's
there.
it. Started. Yeah.
I'm back out. This is because there's all these damn
How much is 7.2
fucking trees.
euros? I don't even know what that is. And how much is that in
Yeah,
dollars?
I don't know.
It just
Probably
came
like
out
7 grand
with
or something.
drop mower. So yeah, yo, I've seen that they have these new AI mowers that you could like put at your house and like you like map
Like,
out your
yeah,
house and it'll mow your grass by itself and like clean itself. You just plug it in outside and it just cuts the grass
that
every couple
makes
of
sense.
days.
Because if you think about it, look at those things they got cleaning the pools now. They're like little robots and shit that
Yeah.
just drive around the bottoms of the pool. Like, damn, they don't need pool cleaners no
But
more.
you got to have somebody
That's a
check
job they
on
got.
that shit though, because you imagine, you know, if it just gets stuck somewhere in a bush, you know what I mean? You'll never know. You got to go out there and like, what's going on with the grass?
You see these AI got them and shit. They're not able to use yet, but they got them and shit. They got them in Detroit. I seen them on the news. They're like yellow metal shaped dogs. They're shaped like dogs, but they're straight.
They got a gun?
I don't know if they got guns or not. It's just killing everybody. Because we had that. I remember when that 9/11, right after 9/11 and all that, they in Detroit, the FBI landed a helicopter on this street called Tireman. It's kind of like a side road in Detroit on the west side, because it was a Nation of Islam. But they're calling them a what are they? What is that called when it's a U.S. terrorist group, ingrown or whatever and shit?
Uh,
I forgot what they
I know,
called it.
I know you're saying. Yeah, they call it like the KKK.
Like
That I forget.
like Timothy McVeigh and shit,
Yeah,
who did
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oklahoma
yeah.
City bombing. Well, they said that they were on that that and were working with them. So the feds ran up in there. They sent the dogs in first. This dude was upstairs. He shot the dog. The dude they was coming to get. He shot the dog, so they lit him up. They lit dude up and shit, killed him. There was a big thing in Detroit. Like all these people were trying to beat up the news and shit when they came to the scene and shit. And it was like almost a riot over that shit. But it was because they said they landed helicopters and all this shit right in the neighborhood. Like people, they ended up shooting them up, though. But they sent the dogs in first. They sent like 4 dogs in before anybody even went in the house and shit. So,
That's great.
but you get charged. Yeah, you kill a dog, a cop dog, you get charged for killing a cop.
Yeah,
Same
yeah, yeah,
charge.
like Half Baked when he killed the horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah.
Oh yeah, he gave him some weed and shit.
Yeah, he's like, this horse is a diabetic. No, remember he gave him food, he was giving it popcorn and candy and shit, and it just fell over. He's like, you must have been so hungry.
Yeah, I was
Just
just talking
falls
about
over.
that dude that tried to poo-poo pew pew Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I guess dude was from Hawaii and shit. He owned like a construction company in Hawaii, and they
He
said he
was
was
weird.
uh
They said he was a he was a Republican who became a Democrat. They said. Did you see that?
They said he was, yeah, because he supported the Ukraine, I guess, and he was against Russia. So he said, I guess he was real vocal on social media, and he used to talk about the Ukraine. He was supported Ukraine, and they say Trump rocks with Putin and shit, and they say Camilla rocks with China and shit. So it's kind of like, all right, so they both rock with our enemies and shit. It's like, that's why I can't vote, dog, because they're all crooked. Both of them is
I told
crooked.
you.
Plus,
I wanted RFK Jr. man, and then he dropped down.
yeah,
He started supporting Trump, and I'm like,
yeah,
I guess I
because he
gotta vote
sees
for
that.
Trump.
I think Trump will win for the simple fact Kamala Harris is a woman, dog. That's why they ain't gonna vote a woman into the White House yet. They ain't ready. I mean,
I don't
fucking,
think she's the right one, man. It's got to be the right woman. I think. I mean, I think Michelle Obama would be the right woman. I would vote for Michelle.
you don't want that shit, dog. She's doing good with her podcast. She's like, fuck that. I don't want to run this country and shit.
It's a headache.
She's good.
It's a pain in the
Yeah,
ass.
dog. Look at how old all them presidents look after they get out of office. Look at Obama. He was like, what, the youngest president? He came out looking like he was 100 years old after his 8-year
Yeah,
term
yeah.
and shit. Like that shit takes
Stressful.
a toll on you. I wouldn't want to. Yeah, that's what I say, Black Lion. You can't trust nothing they say. Like, because they tell you these different things they're going to do for the country. I hear it every time there's a fucking election, but they don't do the shit. You know what I'm saying? They're just selling you a dream and shit.
They say that like the people. I don't know. I heard that like they all get in office saying they're gonna do all this shit, and then they talk to like I don't know whoever's really running the show, and then they get
Right.
told what the deal is, and then all of a sudden they
That's what
shut
it
the
is.
fuck up and they go along with it. But everybody's like, yeah, we're
The
gonna do
president's
this
the
and
face
that,
of the
and
country.
hey, Mountain Mama.
Yeah.
Hmm. What?
I done some whitewater canoeing, and actually it was Pennsylvania where we went to this one river. There's a big ass fucking river called the Yakagani. You ever heard of that?
Nah.
It was in Pennsylvania in the mountains and shit. That bitch was a beast, that river and shit.
Near
We
the
went paddling
Poconos?
down it.
In the Poconos?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't really, I was young. I was probably like 15, 16. I didn't really know my way around where I was at.
Like the
There wasn't no
Poconos are the
major
biggest
cities.
mountain. They're like the biggest mountains, and everybody comes for a
Yeah.
vacation here. Even people from New York come to Poconos. It's like pretty.
It's the part of the Appalachians, right? Part of the
Yeah,
Appalachian
yeah,
Mountains.
yeah. They're
Yeah.
part. But it's like the biggest mountain I think in PA. The Poconos. People go skiing there, and they got resorts and shit there. It's nice there.
But I mean, it had big ass rapids and shit. You got to go to the mountains. We used to go down to Georgia. We canoed some rivers down there. We canoed some rivers in North Carolina and Appalachian. Like it was, I used to do that type of shit, whitewater paddling. Not in the rafts neither. I'm talking about in canoes and shit, like in kayaks and shit. That shit's no joke, though. Like, but that shit's an adrenaline rush. My pops used to go big into it, so I used to go with him sometimes. Him and his homies and shit. They'd go down there all deep, get drunk on the river. They'd be flipping over.
Hey, you hit your head on the
You
rock
flip in
too.
the middle
Yeah.
right. Oh yeah, that's why they teach you that they tell you that when you flip, you're supposed to lay on your back and keep your feet forward because that way your feet will hit a rock if you're going forward down these rapids and shit. Because I mean, like in the mountains, there's waterfalls, all that shit going on. That shit was wild, but it's an adrenaline rush. But they used to get drunk as fuck on the river doing that. And I'm like, man, I'm not getting drunk as fuck. I smoke some weed while I'm out here, but I'm not trying to flip over in that bitch. That's why I ain't gone since I got older and shit. Cause I'm like, I ain't finna die on the river and shit.
Fuck that.
That's what's up.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, that's what's up.
Oh, West Virginia, Mountain Mama. WV,
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's what that means, West Virginia. Still waiting on Mama Cricket to wake up. Mama Cricket, huh?
Yeah,
Does she make little noises and
that's his girl. That's his girl.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, they call her Mama Cricket. I like that name. It's definitely country. It studies spot under the first waterfall. You went free diving. You couldn't even imagine how many watches and cell phones we found. I bet it. Did any of the cell phones work?
Right. Yeah, no, I didn't. They didn't even have cell phones out when I was going down them rivers and shit like that. I don't even know. They just had pagers and shit, beepers and shit. beepers. What y'all know about beepers though?
I had beepers. I had this thing called what the hell was it? It was like a portable answer machine. It was like ahead of its time, and
Yeah,
people can
they
call
have
me,
voicemail
and
on it. Yeah,
you could leave a message, and I could hit play, and I could hear it. It was like Pocket Talk
right.
or something, and
Yeah, I remember those.
it was from Adelphia before it was Comcast. It used to be called Adelphia Cable, like then it
Okay.
became Comcast, the same company, and then
Yeah.
yeah, I got it through them and shit. It was, and like my mom would call me all the time and be out with like some chick. And like, where you at? I'm like, oh my god, it's such a
We used to
buzzkill,
have
man.
those. Well, there were the voicemail set up on the pagers back in the days, like when I was a teenager and shit. And people used to call them. They called them the gang lines, and it was kind of like social media now, except people would call and you would listen to the. Everybody had the code, the access code. Like for some, I don't know how it worked, but every gang in the neighborhood had it. So you would get these. That's how I don't even want to talk about too much about who I met through that because there was some shootings and shit that happened because of that. But people
Yeah.
used to go on there and talk shit. They'd be like, "Fuck you, bitch!" Da 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 da. I'm at the payphone on Werner and liver noises at Burger King. We'll pull up, da 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 da. And then you would leave a voicemail after. And you could only hear it the one time. You know what I'm saying? Because people would keep changing it. But I met and gotten a lot of beefs over them damn voicemails on like we'd be sitting there shooting guns off on the voicemail. Like you hear that motherfucker? Like bitch, we're coming, dog. We're pulling up. We're pulling up. We'll be busting guns off. We're on a landline and shit, talking shit. People are at payphones talking shit, getting caught slipping at a payphone talking shit on the gang line, like, yeah, here we are, bitch. Got
Hell
your
yeah,
ass.
911 was emergency. I
Oh,
remember
yeah,
that shit.
911. Yeah, you got 911, you had to act like, oh shit, something's going down. Our 187, we used to use that one. That was like a code. If you put 187, it was going down. Our fucking 304 was ho, you know what I'm saying? You used to be able to spell words with the fucking letter, with the numbers and shit.
Hell yeah, dial up internet. I remember
Yeah,
remember
I
using a
remember
rotary
that shit.
phone. Remember a rotary phone? You had to
Yeah,
like go all the way
oh
around and
yeah.
shit and let the shit go back.
Like the
Oh that
first time
shit.
I was on tether, my tether was hooked.
Oh yeah. Wait, on house arrest? That John you talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like now they got the GPS tethers, so they don't
yeah.
need that shit.
That,
But back then they didn't have that shit.
yeah, I know somebody right now that has one of them. I wonder who it could be.
Oh shit.
But yeah, nah, I remember
Yeah,
my buddy he had one and he had to pay all this money for a long distance when he had that thing. It cost him a lot of fucking money.
yeah, hell yeah. No, I was on one for 6 months for an assault when I was like 19 for hitting a dude with a hammer and shit. While we were
Oh
driving
shit.
down the road, I put it through his windshield and hit him with a hammer. But they were starting shit with us, you know what I'm saying? It was like a whole carload of them, and they were starting shit with these chicks we knew. And these chicks came and got us to go fuck these dudes up. And so we were in the ride with them. But these motherfuckers pulled up next to us in like a drill tracker talking shit, running their mouths. And I was just looking for anything I could grab. There happened to be a hammer in this minivan I was in. So I grabbed the hammer. They took me to jail for that shit. And then they left me in jail for like a week before they detectives even talked to me, talking about we was busy with a
I knew.
bank robbery, so we couldn't talk to you. I ended up copping out, going taking pleading guilty to assault and shit, and they gave me 6 months on the tether.
I never take those pleas, man.
Oh
I always fight that shit.
shit, dog. They caught when I went to prison, they caught us red-handed. We got caught with the guns. We robbed a cop. We had his badge on us. We was pulling people over, acting like we were the police. It was all over the news.
Oh shit.
They was, we was they said we were in a fucking pickup truck, whipping up next to people with pointing a gun at them and showing them the badge, telling them to pull over. But we would sit in front of spots. You know what I'm saying? We knew they was spots. So we knew people was coming to cop dope and shit like that. We knew they wasn't from the neighborhood and shit. So we catch people coming from the suburbs, coming into Detroit. And that's how we got caught up. We had 13 armed robberies when we robbed that Detroit cop, that's when they came after us. But they charged us with 13 armed robberies. I copped out to two of them because these two dudes kept showing up for court. The cop didn't even show up for court.
Yeah, you can
These
win them
two dudes,
cases.
they
I
were
beat
like,
a case
man,
that way. I beat a couple cases
yeah,
that
they
way
were
where the cop
throwing them
never
out.
showed up.
Yeah, they throw them out if they don't show. That's what they was doing. 13 armed robberies to two and shit. And I ended up the two kept showing up for court. Dog. I'm like, I had my discovery package where I had their addresses, phone numbers. I had people showing up at their house calling them. My lawyer, who I had a paid lawyer, he was like, you need to leave them guys alone.
Mm.
All in one place. Tune in to Pluto TV Black Classic Channel for all your favorite Black TV. Brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. Less dollars, more cents.
I'm gonna tell you what he was like, that judge is gonna give you like 15 years. He was like, if you take the cop and plead guilty to the armed robbery and the gun, he was like, it's a blind cop. They didn't promise me no time. But he was like, if you don't waste the judge's time, he'll probably show you love. So he ended up giving me 3 to 10 plus 2 for the gun to ran consecutive, so 5 to 10 basically.
But they always
When
try
I
to
could have
scare
got 20
you.
years.
They always try to scare you if you go to trial, though. They don't want. They act like, oh no, you don't want to do that. Take the
Yeah.
plea. I remember I used to do it all the time. My last couple of cases, I represented myself, and I won all 3 of them by myself because I figured the best lawyer is
We
me.
were red-handed though, dog. We got caught red-handed. There was no getting out of it, dog. There was no way. In my rappy, he fought it. He got found guilty, and he got 15. I forgot how many. What his tail was. He just got out recently and shit, and he's back in there again. So he's institutional. That's what happens to a lot of people when they do so much time. They don't know how to live out here in the real world. Prison. I used to always say it's like the COs are babysitters. It's like for adults that need babysitters. That's what prison is.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I see that. They'd rather be, because they got a place to sleep, especially like in Detroit or Philly in the winter. I don't blame them. It's rough out there. It's brutal. In Philly, they be sleeping on top of the grids, like where the L is, like where it goes underground, because the steam comes out of there. Yeah. Well, that's from the that's from the subway. The steam's from the subway and shit. Yeah.
And Best Supporting Actress, Liza Colón-Reyes, the first Latina to win in that category.
Hard.
The Latinas who were looking at me.
Like that, you be getting around. That shit's hard to get around in Detroit. And they started canceling like bus schedules and shit routes. They used to run 24/7. Now they stopped running that night.
Yeah,
Fucked up.
they had our buses used to run 24/7. Now they run to like 2, and then you get certain ones you can take the night out. It's a bus that goes. There's a night out that goes all the way from like North Philly, like all the way northeast Philly, all the way to like 69th. I used to take that bus. That's the longest bus ride.
That's what I liked about New York, dog. I could get around anywhere. Like it seemed like there was a subway stop every block I needed to go to and shit. Like I could just get off.
Yeah.
Like I ended up in Jamaica, Queens and shit. Fucking motherfuckers walking around with microphones on stands, and I'm like, damn, they really take this rap shit for real here and shit. Like these dudes are rapping on the corners and shit with mics and DJ setups and shit. I'm like, we're looking for G Unit and shit. Where's 50 at?
It's like, yo, it's in Philly, like around City Hall and shit. You see that other day I went down there? They had, did you see that competition? It was like a B-boy competition, and Freeway was there and shit. And I seen Christian Krause. Yeah, I went live, and I just went down the city, and I just walked to City Hall, and it was sponsored by Red Bull. They hand me a Red Bull and shit, and then the guy Christian Crosby used to be on Wild 'N Out. He was like the 76ers like announcer guy. Yeah, he came up to me. I said what's up to him in one video and shit. He's a nice guy. He's always when I had season tickets to the Sixers when they were trash, he would always say hi to me. He was always a real nice guy. That guy Christian Crosby. Everyone was teasing him like he was battling, and he brought Freeway out with him and shit that day or whatever. That's funny.
I checked it out. But yeah, I can't believe dude wants money for an interview, dog.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. That's crazy. Like, he ain't been letting them. Now, I can see Freeway or Beans. Beanie Siegel said he didn't even want no money. He was just waiting for his schedule to get right. You know what I'm saying? Because out of love and shit. Especially when you start telling them who you rock with and shit.
He's busy with that food truck now. He's got a food truck down Passyunk. I want to go see it. I know where it's at.
Oh, that's what I was saying. When I seen it, I was like, you need to go to hit that bitch, dog. I seen a lot of people, Queens Flip went there. A lot of people been going there because they was telling Beans, like, your shit better be good. Like, we gonna tell the truth if your shit's good or not. Like, people were showing up at that food truck. Everybody said the food was good and shit. So.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
shout
part of
out to
some
Bean.
company. It's part of some company, I think, that has like another location. I think he bought like it's like a franchise. He kind of bought into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead, he retired from rapping. Did you see it? It was like a video. He's like, Beans
Yeah, he
retired from
retired to
rapping.
rap to start a truck. Yeah.
Yeah, he. It's it's crazy he could do that now. I'm telling you, like 10 years ago, that he couldn't tell people where he was. But he was a lot of people in Philly did not like him. There's a lot. He had a number on him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, he was white. You know, but he had a lot of cases where people got unalived and all kinds of things happened. Mm. Yeah, yo, that was right around. That's in my neighborhood. He lived in Lansdowne, like right across Baltimore Ave, and that's like right around the corner. And like three dudes tried him or something at his car one day, and he got hit, and then I think he got one or something, and he had to go to
Yeah.
court for that. It was on like Channel
That
6 all the time.
I remember when that shit happened in Philly with Cassidy and shit. He had the same type of situation where he lit some people up in Philly and shit that ran up on him. And like people don't think Cassidy's about that life, but I always was a Cassidy fan. I thought he was a dope ass spitter, like freestyle artist, all that shit. I thought Cassidy was one of the best,
I
like when
think
it came to that.
I think he's one of the last to come out freestyle artists who had like that kind of talent and shit. You know, he had. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
He was dope too and shit.
Yeah, I like Corey Guns.
Now I'd have loved to see Cassidy battle Eminem. That would have been dope. See them two
You know
battle.
my favorite Philly freestyle artist is though?
Uh,
Petey Crack, yo. Did you ever hear of Petey Crack's
oh, Petey
freestyle?
Crack. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
Petey Crack.
Yo. He would go on Power 99. They had this DJ called Cosmic Kev. I wish we could interview that guy. He's a blind DJ from
Let's hit him
Philadelphia.
up.
He's like
Let's hit him up.
he always has this intro from the Jerky Boys where he's like, I can't see, god damn it. And then he fucking starts ripping. Yo, he's dope, man. He's like, the only blind DJ in the world. He's like, DJ Cosmic Kev on Power 99 FM. I love that. I love Cosmic Kev. He was the fucking
Yeah.
man. But yeah, that it was the shit back then, man. And then he would come on Petey Crack and he would just rip. He did Mona Lisa. I remember once, like that beat from Mona Lisa, that old 80s track
Yeah.
and shit. Yeah, he was killing it. And some of those are some of my favorite freestyles. I just like his flow. Like, you know what I mean?
Should I battle the? Here's something I don't really talk about too much because he's in the day.
No shit. Mm.
Whole paper and he signed it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Southwest in my neighborhood where Blantonio came.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, I was talking to these chicks. They was they called my phone at like 4 o'clock in the morning, dog, talking shit. And I was drunk as fuck. I just got out of prison. I'm on parole and shit. He was talking about he's gonna put $1 million on my head. I was like, damn, I must be real important. You're gonna put $1 million on my head. I was telling him where I was at, my address, all that shit. I was fucking fucked. I remember hoes with a white boy that can rap. You coattail riders, nutsack gliders. The only thing that blings is your Zippo lighters. You want to fight us, but please don't try us. We don't need bodyguards, just these straps beside us. Use a bitch, use a hoe. Let me catch you at the sting. That Southwest hoe, you didn't know that's where my G's bang. There's more than a dish. Now I'm gonna catch you outside and let them fly at your damn brain. Fuck these lanes up in the rap game. Fuck them, because you know we was gangster rappers.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, after Proof got killed, I was like, I came in the club and I was like, dog, I don't think you should play that Proof this. And he,
Hell yeah.
shit, I didn't want shit. It was I knew Bizarre like from back in the days. He was bigger than Eminem back in the days. I mean, he had music
He
out.
was.
Bizarre.
Yeah, he would do all the battles. Yeah, I heard he was the one setting them all up. So there wouldn't be as many artists in Detroit if it wasn't for him setting up those battles. I heard.
He brought Eminem to the East Coast to the Outsiders. That's how I ended. And he was like, yeah, this about to blow. So we went to the studio, and it was him in there. It was me, him, dude from the Outsiders, this dude Hush. We had him on the show. He was there, and my boy Killer C, Big Casper, rest in peace. He's the one who moved to New York. While I kept going to
All
New
right,
York
Gil.
doing shows. But yeah, that shit was wild. We smoked a blunt with him, cause people be like, Eminem don't smoke weed. Da, 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 da.
Back in the day, he
Like, you full
did.
of shit.
Back in the day, he did.
Yeah, I smoked a blunt with him in the fucking studio, listening to his music. He gave us a little cassette tape with like 5 tracks on it and shit. It was like a demo. I wish I still had that because that bitch would be worth money. But I
That'd be
didn't
worth
think he was
a
gonna blow
fortune.
up.
Yo, I
Yeah,
got
dog.
something similar like that from Asher Roth. I cut his hair and shit. He came to the barbershop I worked at, and then me and him freestyled together and shit. And then he blew up like right afterwards with "I Love College." You know that song. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Same shit with that dude, but then he just kind of fell off. But either way, it was still cool. I had his CD. I left it at the barbershop, autographed by him. So it's still
Yeah, I
at the
remember
barbershop
him.
in Westchester. Yeah.
He was kind of like a comedic rapper and shit. He used to
But
like
no,
bring comedy.
his album he made, like his CD he made, he sounded exactly like Eminem. And he made a
Yeah.
song called Dub C Loves Me or something. And that's when I lived in Westchester, like Dub C, like WC. So it was about
Yeah.
like Westchester. It was like shit up there. It was pretty dope. And he sounded a lot like Eminem. And then when he came out with like I Love College, the way he rapped before, like he sounded like Eminem. He was dope. And then that I Love College shit was kind of corny, but like it blew up though. You know what I mean? But then after that, I didn't hear from the dude. He grew his hair all long and shit. Like he used to cut his hair short like Eminem and shit. Now,
Just like
I don't know.
what's his name? What's that one rapper's name? White dude with all the tattoos on his face. Now he does country and rock and roll and shit.
Jelly
God,
Roll?
dude, not Jelly Roll. No, I rock with Jelly Roll. He's dope. Now this dude, he's famous. Post Malone.
Oh, Post
Post
Malone.
Malone.
I didn't even know he
Did
did
you see?
country.
Yeah, dog. Did you see? He was the dude that they showed when Eminem came out at the VMAs. He was sitting there and he was looking like he was hating on M. Like he was drinking a beer. He got a long ass beard, longer than my shit. Way out here, hair long, ponytail and shit. You wouldn't even know it was him and shit. But they said that like Post Malone should at least show some love to Eminem. But he was acting like he don't even fuck with hip hop no more and shit.
Yeah, that's just weird. Look, they got the Eagles marching band out here.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, Monday night football. I'll have to be checking in with the score and shit while we're live because we'll probably be live for most of the game, probably damn near the whole game tonight.
Y'all do
What
shit
time's
like
the
this
game?
on the news? Like when the Giants come on, like bands come on for the Lions and
Yeah,
shit.
on the local news. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got this dude. He's a rapper. G Mac Cash. He's the one who did the song, the diss
Hell
song on the
yeah,
Detroit
AR.
song. But he did a bunch of Lions songs like the Lions won again, this and that. We had a song last year that used to go. It went viral here and shit. What up, though, AR? You got an AR over there, AR?
He's an Eagles fan. He's dope. He's good people. Check out his channel. He's got good content, and he knows his shit when it comes to sports. You know.
That's what's up.
I
So
was watching the Lions highlights.
Who's gonna win the Super Bowl, AR?
I think we have a chance. Don't answer that. Don't jinx us. I always say never answer that question. That's bad luck. Don't ever say that. It's bad luck. Like I always said, no. I agree, but don't say it. You know what I mean? I think they got a good shot. They got a shot, yeah, I think, but if you say it, it's bad luck. Like I remember one year the Eagles got but they had like a super team. They got Vince Young, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna call it the Dream Team," and then like they fell apart, and they shouldn't have said the Dream Team. Like, it's just certain things. Even when we won the Super Bowl, everyone didn't think we were gonna make it because all of a sudden Carson got hurt, and then Nick Foles. Like, I didn't think Nick Foles was gonna make it to the Super Bowl and make any noise, and that was the greatest run I think in NFL history, especially for a backup. You know what I mean?
Fuck the Cowboys. They got their ass whooped yesterday by New Orleans.
Hell
Ed
yeah.
Tyson and what's his name was there? Jake Paul. Did you see that? I uploaded a short of it. The Tyson and Jake Paul. That fight seems like all hype to me. Like, I don't even think they're gonna even fucking fight, though. Like, they just they keep postponing it. They keep staring each other down. Shit, they keep having. But when the fuck is the fight gonna happen? Then I'm hearing you got to pay for it on Netflix. Cause I was like, I'm gonna
What?
renew my Netflix. Cause I ain't. Yeah, I stopped paying for Netflix, and I'm like, I'm gonna renew my shit for Netflix so I can watch the fight. And
No,
they're like,
yo,
you
didn't
gotta
I tell
pay
you
for the
about that
fight
app,
too.
Dofu? Didn't I tell you about that Dofu app? You can get every sporting event for free. Every like
Oh yeah.
basketball game,
But
fight.
is it gonna put a bunch of viruses in your shit though?
No. It's just an app, and then
Yeah.
eventually, like
Oh,
they
it's a,
find out about it, and then they're like, download the new one, and then you
yeah.
download the new one, yeah, and then it's good. And it's like it's
I've
called
seen
Dofu.
it.
Y'all got to get that app. It's
I
incredible. I
used to
watch all
watch
the games on
UFC
that shit.
fights off that shit. Yeah, I used to watch UFC's fights off some app like that, where you like would hit the link and you could watch them for free, all the pay-per-views and shit and all that shit.
Count Shadowban, bro.
Who's a shadow ban? You AR?
I got in trouble. I had a shadow ban for a while for coming at JoJo Siwa on the video, and then
Yeah, we
I had
stay
to go to
shadow ban. We
I had
stay
to go to a
shadow ban.
class.
Yeah, I watched their videos and
Man,
all that bullshit. I got to reapply to get monetized. They said I got October 10th or 11th. So I've been editing a bunch of videos. Like every video that got something that they don't like, that YouTube don't agree with. Like we've had guests that have went in and said certain shit that YouTube don't agree with, where they say, you know, the F word, and I'm not talking about the F-U-C-K word.
yeah.
Shit like
But that
that,
used to
which
be
is crazy.
acceptable, though. That used to be
Yeah.
acceptable. I had videos, I think, on my channel, like from a long time ago, where I said that I had a video called "Socks on Fire," and my mom threw my socks in the fire when I was drunk. I don't know why she did it, and I said a lot of bad words, and that's up there. But I said that word, but back then it was acceptable.
Yeah. Shit.
13-year-old used parents' account on my live, and they banned me. Damn.
Oh. Yeah, don't have. I try to keep the kids off the Hood Smoker podcast. Like my grandkids are around, I don't let them get in the camera. They try to and shit, but I'm like, no, I don't want no kids on here because they don't play that shit. Like
Yeah.
if you do, you gotta put it like kid friendly. Turn your comments off, shit like that. And I don't do that.
I
I
put
put
my
18
kids
on.
in. I put my kids in like when I do like little videos out front, but because sometimes I didn't make it just for kids because I don't want to curse if it's just for kids or something happens and then that's
Right.
you know what I mean. I did it live, or
Yeah.
so I just you know what I mean.
But shit, yeah, they're pulling up at this job. Like I said, I got here an hour early. So, yeah, I figured we talk some shit. I knew it wasn't going to be just about football because shit always changes when you do live,
Yeah.
like whatever the chat want to talk about. But, yeah, that sucks, AR. Oh, because of
Yeah.
firearms? Yeah. And that's crazy.
Yeah. That
You up?
sucks, man.
This is the one YouTuber I watch. That's what his all his content is shooting different guns. His name's Black Rambo. You know who he is? You ever heard of him? He's got like a
I
whole
know that. Yeah, I
arsenal and
heard
shit.
that dude. Yeah, he had
Yeah,
crazy Johns. He had one
yeah.
banana. Yeah, I seen him at the range. That guy's crazy. He got all kinds of stuff. That guy.
Yeah, and they don't put strikes on him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Some people get away with it.
AR got stuff too. He got some wild stuff too.
That's what's up.
And he's
Yeah,
the
I'm all
Eagles
about
fan. So
it.
check out AR Winning Circle, yo. He's a good dude. Definitely
Yeah,
like
shout
and
out to
subscribe.
AR. I'll check you. I'm gonna check your channel out. Check out the Hood Smoker podcast too, AR. We got the
Oh
season
shit.
3 finale tonight. DJ Los. But oh, he shoots at your range. That's what's up. You got some video, Rambo. No, my son put me up on Black Rambo, and I've been watching his video.
Yeah. Mm.
You can't post. That's so they ain't never do me like that, but they have made it where our shit doesn't show up on people's notifications. But I'm gonna get up out of here, Chester McFly. I gotta get up, dog. But,
All right,
shout out to everybody else.
thanks for coming on. You wanted to say about what your episode was going to be on tonight and everything. DJ Lowe's, and what time and
Yeah, we
everything.
got DJ Low tonight. Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Hood Smoker Podcast right here on YouTube.
Hell
DJ
yeah.
Lowe's. He's the one who produced most of Eminem's first album. Still rocks with Eminem and them. He's got a lot of history, Death Row, all that good shit. His pops worked with Dr. Dre side by side. It'll be a dope interview. It always is. So yeah, and we got some big names coming for season 4. So and some writers. We got some documentary people that make documentaries. We actually might be making the plug with this. He's from Detroit, but he lives in Atlanta. He's a writer. He's
Hey,
like
I'll
won a
post the
bunch of
link.
awards.
I'll post a link in mine. Definitely before they go live, I try to post the Hood Smokers link in my community section. So I'll post it like before they go live. So like around like 7:30, I'll post it.
Well, we'll be on Discord. You can probably jump in if you want and shit. If you got any questions for Lowe's, we're gonna open it up for people because this is the season 3 finale and shit. So anybody who got the Discord can come on there and shit. So
when did Lowe start working with him?
Shit, wait, Lowe's been in the game for fucking ever, though. He used to. There was Easy B, DJ Los, and Easy B in the '80s. They were like one of the original rap groups in Detroit and shit with Awesome Dre, and then they beefed with Awesome Dre actually, and now DJ Los is Awesome Dre's DJ and shit.
I'm saying he wasn't the Infinite DJ, was he?
No, but he is probably the most famous DJ out of Detroit. Now his dad is Butch Smalls from Death Row and shit, but he DJ Los DJs on the biggest station in Detroit now. It's called DJ Los in the Mix 107.5 here in Detroit and shit. But no, he's he rocked like he knew Kid Rock when Kid Rock first started DJing. He said that the last time we had him on, like he was calling him by his name, Bobby. He's like, Bobby, you can't take back what you did for hip hop. No matter how country you want to be, you can move to Tennessee, you can do this, but what you did for hip hop, I was right there next to you when we was DJing and all them shows and all that shit. So
hell yeah.
He was like, you can't take that back. So, no doubt, AR, we hope to see you tonight, dog. That'll be dope. Tap in.
No, I meant to say is like he didn't do the Infinite album. Like he wasn't the DJ that did
Infinite
that
album. He did most of it, yeah. And then like Cole Hussein, who we had on the show, he produced the track. He had a few different producers, but yeah, DJ Lowe's produced the majority. Great rappers, but it's out in Pontiac and shit. So
that's cool. Yeah.
You know, Mr. Go-To's personal security for Rick Ross when he's here. So we got the plug. We'll probably get Rick Ross a little interview in with Rick Ross and shit. So
that'd be pretty cool. You should ask him what happened in Canada.
Yeah, I'm going. You know, do you think I ain't? Oh yeah, Trick's on it too. So this will be the first time Rick Ross and Trick been in the same building since Trick ran him out of Detroit. So this is, I guess, to show like there ain't no more beef and they trying to make peace in hip hop and shit. Boy. So we gonna see how it turns out and shit. I don't know how many people's gonna. I guess Ross ain't going to Canada no more. So this is as far north as he's gonna go and shit.
Yeah.
But all right, though, I gotta get to work and shit. Salute y'all. Much love, Chester McFly, AR, everybody else in the chat. I got to jump up out of here, though. Much love. I'll hit you up, dog.
All right.
I'll holler at you in a minute. All right, peace.
Peace. Thanks for coming. Smoke Podcast. Gutter, Blantonio Tide, Christopher Jordan, and shout out to AR Winning Circle. Go check out his page. He got amazing content. He knows the shit about the Eagles and other things I can't mention, but it's a great channel. Definitely got to go check it out. And VA Mountain Mama, and definitely go shout out to Black Lion. Definitely go check out his channel too. He does great content. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at exactly on YouTube. He gave me a lot of advice, so that advice really did help. So thank you. So thank you everybody who watched. I'm gonna end this jump now. Hit that like button, drop a comment, and I'll be live later on. So peace, y'all.